Well, hello beautiful souls, it's your girl Zhane coming at you with another video, and as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be all about day 3 fragrances. This video is not sponsored, but I wanted to give you guys a buying guide about this house. They are an indie niche house and they have a lot of good fragrances. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on every single fragrance from the collection, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So if you're new to my channel, hello again. My name is Zhane. Welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for clicking back onto another video. I truly appreciate you guys' support. So if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and join the family, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos from moi. Now let's get into it. Y'all already know I'm going to start off with my lip combo of the day. I started off with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk Intense, and then I followed up with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Velvet in the shade Blackberry. This is one of their new colors from their holiday collection. I picked this up during the Sephora sale, and the Sephora sale video I believe is going out after this one. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the order. So I love this combo. I think it's really cute. I think it complements this, you know, red cardigan pretty well, even though this is more purpley, like a purple mauve. I still like it. I still think it's nice, and I love it with this lip liner. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's video. I'm going to start off with some background information, and then we're going to hop into every single fragrance. So currently they have 9 fragrances in their collection. One is being discontinued, so I'm not going to talk about the one that's being discontinued. However, they do have a newbie that's coming up very soon. I believe the launch date is in December. I don't have that fragrance yet. They might send it over my way, so we shall see. But I will tell you that all these fragrances were sent to me in PR over the course of this year. Again, this video is not sponsored, but I just wanted to tell you guys like what my thoughts are on all these fragrances. And since this is a smaller indie niche house, I want to give them their flowers, show them some love, because they deserve it. And I know that there are some people who want to know what each fragrance smells like in the collection, so that's why I'm here. Just to give you guys a little bit of background, the house is called Day 3 Fragrances. The owner's name is Vanessa, and her husband slash the perfumer's name is Michael, and they make an incredible team. I cannot wait to meet them in person, so maybe we can make that happen. Michael is the nose behind the brand, and Vanessa is the brain slash sort of the inspiration behind the brand. Vanessa is from the Dominican Republic, so Michael has taken a lot of inspiration from Vanessa's culture, the owner's culture, and put it into bottle form. Okay, one of the fragrances in particular, actually a few of them, I absolutely love, and they are directly inspired by the Dominican Republic and the culture that's there, and I just love that. I love just being able to experience a culture I've never been able to experience through fragrance. So I think that's really dope. It's very unique. I love how they're a power couple doing their thing, and I love how much they are growing and how much they're expanding. It's a beautiful thing to see. You'll even see with the bottle caps, like the bottles, that they upgraded, and it's just really nice to see this brand grow, and I cannot wait to see what good things they do in the future. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the fragrances, how I feel about them, performance, all that good stuff. So the first fragrance I'm going to talk about is my scent of the day, and the first fragrance that I was exposed to from this brand. Go ahead and leave your scent of the day or night down below, because I would absolutely love to know. I've been really working on my Spanish lately, so if y'all are Spanish speakers, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've really been trying hard. So La Tacita de Café is a beautiful coffee fragrance. If you know me, I love me a good coffee fragrance, and I love when coffee is with like a vanilla or a chocolate. I believe coffee and chocolate and vanilla and like tonic notes really work well together, and that's what this is. It makes me so happy, and it kind of reminds me of Colombia when I went earlier this year. I believe it was January. I vlogged the experience. I'll leave the link up in the eye in the sky, but this reminds me of when we went coffee tasting in Colombia, and it was just such an immersive and like sensory experience. It was absolutely incredible. It's just really cool. Like, it's a really cool experience, and I think that once I was introduced to this fragrance, it was over from there. This fragrance is a warm, sweet, lactonic coffee fragrance. It has some chocolatey nuances in there. It has a little bit of this like brown sugary tone to it as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really think that this fragrance is super underrated because I think more people need to talk about this, especially when it's the gourmand category. I know there are some people out there who don't like coffee fragrances, but me personally, I love it, and this is probably one of my favorite coffee fragrances in my collection because it's not just coffee. It has a very nice journey that it takes you through, and most of these fragrances take you through a journey. You can really smell the fragrance develop over time and kind of change up a little bit, and that's something that I really enjoy about this house. So yeah, it's gorgeous, and this is one of their extrait de parfums. They do have eau de parfums and they have extrait de parfums, and this is one of the extraits. So this one does perform better than the eau de parfums, which it should. And I believe there might be a price difference, but I'll have the price up on the screen. So this fragrance opens up with this orange note, and then you get some spices along with some sweet cream. So it kind of adds this lactonic quality to the scent. And then as the fragrance dries down, of course, you get that Dominican coffee note. You also get some rose and you get some chocolate. Like I said, I really feel like chocolate with coffee works very well together. I just think they complement each other, and you can do a dark chocolate, you can do a milk chocolate. I think just that chocolatey tone really brings out that roasted coffee like quality. The coffee to me in this fragrance is a little bit darker. Like I would consider this to be like a medium to dark roast with that coffee, the sweet cream, the rose. But then as the fragrance dries down, that's where you start to get some more gourmand notes. You get some vanilla, you get that brown sugar. You also get some musk and some tonka absolute. So that's where that slight powderiness comes from. You get, of course, the vanillic tones, the brown sugar. Kind of adds a slight deeper, warmer, slightly smokier tone to the fragrance, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This one really put the brand on the map for me and opened my eyes to the brand and all the fragrances that they have to offer, and I was blown away. This is still one of my favorites from the house because it just smells so good, and me being a coffee lover, it's perfect. It layers beautifully with other fragrances, especially more chocolate heavy fragrances like Chocolate Queen, or I have another fragrance called Over the Chocolate Shop by 4160 Tuesdays. That's more of a chocolatey coffee fragrance as well. If you want to go straight up coffee chocolate, that's a good combo. I also like to layer this with more lactonic fragrances. So this is very versatile when it comes to things you can layer it with. You could also do something a little bit more rosy like Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian. That's a great combo as well with this one. It's a lot of fragrances that you can layer with this, but for me personally, wearing it on its own is great. Layering it makes it even better. So La Tacita de Café is stunning. So yes, this is my scent of the day, and this is the first fragrance that I got my hands on from this brand. Speaking of Colombia, this is the fragrance that I took with me to Colombia. This is Bani, and y'all, if you love a mango fragrance, you would absolutely love this scent. Anytime I spray this fragrance, my mind automatically goes to Colombia and my experience there. This is so good. This is such a beautiful mango fragrance. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's fruity, it's citrusy. You get some floral tones in there, a little bit of muskiness, a little bit of woodiness, but you really can't smell it that much. Honestly, what I get the most when it first opens up, of course, is that mango note. And then you also get this grapefruit note, which is kind of tart, but it's still juicy and it's ripe and it's stunning. Like, I really love how this fragrance opens. It really captures your attention, and that's something I really enjoy about this one. But the florals really work with this fragrance. The Lily of the Valley keeps this scent very light and fresh, and it has a little bit of a watery tone to it, like an aquatic tone to it, which I think is stunning. It works so well. But not only does that Lily of the Valley add some freshness to the fragrance, this has magnolia as well. So that's another beautiful white floral fragrance that adds like a brightness, a freshness to the scent that is gorgeous. There's also coconut in here, which I don't get much coconut, so it might be a little bit of like a coconut water, which complements the Lily of the Valley. But when you get to the deep dry down, that's where you get that sugarcane accord, you get some sandalwood, you get some white musk. So it stays fresh, it stays bright, it stays like uplifting and just happy. It just gives you this vibe like I'm on vacation, it's very hot outside, like I really need to dress for the occasion. But something I do love about this scent is that you can dress it up or you can dress it down. I wore a very nice outfit outfit with this fragrance and I felt gorgeous, but you can also wear it very casually. I wore this poolside, went to the beach with this one. This is very versatile and I really enjoyed it. I liked layering this with other fragrances as well, but this one on its own is stunning. And me being a true mango fragrance lover, I have multiple mango fragrances in my collection because I'm that much of a fan. It's one of my favorite tropical fruits to wear and to eat, but this just gives me so much like confidence. But then I know I smell good, but then I know I smell like, you know, kind of delicious at the same time. Now Bonnie is one of their eau de parfum concentrations, so it doesn't last as long as say one of their extracted parfums, but you do get decent performance. You can get a full work day with this fragrance on skin. On your clothes, of course, it'll last all day, probably until you wash it. But if you do your shower routine correctly, you know, cleanse, exfoliate, moisturize, and then throw this on, you're not gonna have a problem with performance. Just make sure your skin's not dry. Make sure your skin's not dry with any fragrance because it's gonna eat the fragrance right on up. So this is Bonnie. Now this is for my gourmand lovers, but like keep it elevated. Like you don't want to smell like food, but you do want to have like a gourmandish type of vibe. This is the one for you. Philosophia, this is the one for you. I think this is probably, I don't know, it's just so sexy and mysterious. I would consider this to be like a femme fatale fragrance for the ladies, but for the gentlemen, this is a whole gender fluid type of experience. I would say Bonnie is a little bit more feminine, but most of these, pretty much all of them are gender fluid. Anyone can wear it, okay? You can do what you want. Gender neutral. It don't matter who you are, what you identify as, spray this on, okay? I would say Philosophia next to La Tacita de Café, and one other fragrance I'm going to talk about is, you know, up there on the list when it comes to fall and winter fragrances. I would consider this to be like straight up fall winter. Like it's giving that femme fatale vibe for the ladies. It's giving that handsome gentleman type of vibe as well. Oh my god, this is warm, spicy, nutty, woody. Oh my god, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it has some gourmand tones to it as well, but it's not straight up gourmand, and that's something that I love about this fragrance. It's a little smoky. You get a little bit of earthiness from the scent as well. Oh, I just cannot. I cannot with this scent. What I get the most when the fragrance opens up is that cardamom. You do get some black pepper, so it is there, but that warm spiciness is there. Like, no lie, absolutely there. But as the fragrance dries down, that's where you get that cashmere. You get some tobacco in this fragrance. You get some hazelnut, and you get some cypriol. So for me, the mid is very like cozy, warm, but sexy, a little resinous. Oh, I love it. I genuinely love the mid of this fragrance. But y'all, I'm telling you, the deep dry down is where it's at. That leather comes through, but it's not too intense. I would say the leather that's in here gives me more of a suede. It's like very smooth. It's still deep and dark, so it gives you that like sexiness. That's that femme fatale quality. It's not animalic whatsoever. It's extremely smooth. It's extremely well-rounded. You also get some chocolate, some musk. Oh, it is so good. That Vanilla Absolute is stunning as well. This one is just, it's gorgeous. This is one you can share. I can definitely see a man wearing this fragrance. And if you're a woman and you wear this fragrance, you need to wear the fragrance and don't let it wear you. It's not too overpowering, and the gourmand notes do come out a little bit more on my skin, like that chocolate, the vanilla. The leather is there, but I do get more of that tobacco on my skin as well. So it adds a little bit of a smokier tone to it. I don't get much hazelnut on skin that much, but it's there. I really think that the warm spices really help this fragrance become sexy as well, especially for fall and winter. So I would say this is a great fragrance for like the holiday season, if you're going to like a holiday party, a black tie event. If you want to make a statement here in the fall and winter, Philosophia is your girl. Now for my amber lovers, they got something for you. Ambar Dominicano is the amber. It's the amber. This is an ambery, resinous, warm, sweet, spicy, earthy scent. I will say it took me a while to get into this because when this fragrance opens up, you get a cola accord, you get some warm, spicy cinnamon, but you also get some lavender. And to me, that aromatic lavender, we don't really sit well together, but over time it does dissipate. And then we get to the mid-wear, things start to happen. And I'm not a fan of anise. Anise kind of comes off like, it's warm and spicy, but it kind of gives me like a licorice vibe sometimes. And it kind of gives me a licorice vibe in this fragrance. But what really saves this scent for me are the other notes, like the immortelle, the honey. You also get some patchouli as well. So you get this earthiness, you get this warm spiciness from the top, you get some sweetness from the honey, but then it's like the immortelle. That adds this dryness to the fragrance, and it kind of comes off like a honeyed hay. I think it's absolutely gorgeous for this fragrance, because then when you get to the deep dry down, that's where you start to get those resinous tones from the amber, and then you get some vanilla, you get some clove. So I think the clove with the anise and then the cinnamon, they all have a layer of spiciness, like a warm spiciness, and I think it really complements like the ambery tones. I think it brings out the true resinous amber, because to me this is an amber that's more resinous. It doesn't lean vanillic to me. This fragrance has a slightly drier tone to me, and I really like that. Like I definitely can see a man gravitating towards this fragrance more than a woman, but this fragrance doesn't give me masculine vibes, if that makes sense. Like, it does lean a little bit more masculine, but it's still in that gender neutral, gender fluid middle ground. So for me, this isn't one that I necessarily gravitate towards first. I'm typically going for a La Tacita de Café or a Filosofia before I gravitate towards this one. But if I'm craving a drier amber, then I'll definitely go with Ambar Dominicano. This next fragrance is probably one of the most fun fragrances that they have. I really want to have a conversation with Michael, the perfumer, to see like, I got his inspiration behind this one, but I really want to know like, what made you put all these things together? Like, it's a really cool way to interpret a fragrance. This is Downtown Deja Vu. I spoke about this recently in a video, but this fragrance to me is a very unique fragrance. It is extremely nostalgic. This was inspired by a 90s mall, so you're getting all the vibes. Now, this fragrance is very unique to me because not only is it sweet and fruity, but it also has a little bit of a citrusy tone to it as well. It has some gourmand notes. You get this suede-y, leathery tone, and you also get like a powdery, like cosmetic powder type of vibe. So it's a little bit of everything at once, and when I spray it, it just smells familiar. That's the best way that I can describe it, because you can't really put your finger on anything. When it comes to notes, I can't really detect any notes specifically besides like a warm spicy cinnamon. This has like a cinnamon bun accord. You also get other fantasy notes like a fruit smoothie in the top. You get some fresh linen t-shirts. You got a suede jacket accord, of course, cinnamon bun. You also get a cotton candy accord along with a cosmetic counter accord. So for me, this is an eau de parfum concentration. This does last about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, but this really does make me feel nostalgic. It makes me feel like, I don't know, very familiar. Like, there's something familiar about this fragrance, and it just, I don't know, it adds comfort to me. But this is pretty unique. I can see a woman wearing this fragrance, of course. I like to wear this when I'm running errands. It's very easygoing, not doing too much, but you smell unique, but it also has this familiar nostalgic tone to it as well. So this is Downtown Deja Vu, and if you're looking for something that's nostalgic, check this one out. We're getting close to the end. This next one is probably one of the easiest to reach fragrances that they have in their entire catalog. They do have a new fragrance coming out. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that one at the end. I don't own it yet, but this one is super easy to reach for. This is Say Less. This is their eau de parfum concentration as well, so it's not one that's gonna be beast mode or extremely long lasting or anything like that. This is gonna have like an average wear. Now this one to me is for those, like, I want a fresh but citrusy but musky fragrance that I can wear every day, anywhere, anytime. So in the top you get some lemon and some bergamot, and then as the fragrance dries down, that's where you start to get some purple florals. You get some candied violet, you get some iris. So you do get a little bit of a powdery fresh tone to the scent, but it's not mature. It doesn't give me a mature vibe. It gives me very effortless, girl next door, I work in the medical field, like I can't do too much, but I still want to smell like I have on a fragrance. That's what this is to me. Now to me, the Narcissus in the mid is extremely prominent because I do get this like warm, earthy, patchouli-esque type of vibe, because it kind of goes a little green to me, but it's not like herbaceous or anything like that. It just has like a slightly green tone, but it's not like a vetiver, if that makes sense. But in the deep dry down, you get some musk, you get this rain accord, which is a fantasy note, and you get some cedar, which I do get the cedar, but to me, I mainly get that Narcissus with the violet and the iris and the citruses in the top. It really, really, really sticks out to me. So if you want something that's easygoing, that kind of has this green but earthy tone to it, but it's still very lightweight, go ahead and check out Say Less, because this one I think is a very easy reach scent. These last two fragrances I think work well for the summertime, and Del Mar is probably their best summer fragrance if you like something that's a little bit beachy, salty, citrusy, fresh. That's what this is. This is their beachy scent. In the top, you get some lime and some lime zest. You get some bergamot. So it's extremely fresh and citrusy when you first spray this fragrance, and that's something that's like captivating to me, especially when it's really hot outside. I need something citrusy, fresh, blast, make me feel refreshed. Just give me a blast of refreshment. And soon after you get that blast of that lime and that lime zest with bergamot, you really start to get those mid notes, which you get this ocean breeze accord, which is a fantasy note. You get some coconut and you get some jasmine. So for me, I really get that saltiness. Like, this is a very salty, beachy fragrance. To me, the coconut is giving coconut water. You're not getting anything creamy. It's very lightweight, very transparent, very fresh. It's really nice for the summertime, especially if you like beachier scents. For me personally, this is not my go-to. I'm not a huge fan of like beachy, salty scents, but the jasmine in here is a very soapy jasmine to me. So this is a clean jasmine, very clean, very soap-like. And then as the fragrance gets to the deep dry down, you get that warm sand along with some musk. But to me, I think the warm sand comes through very quickly, so you really get that salty tone, and I think it just all works together. I like the fragrance the best after about 30 minutes. When it settles down a little bit, it becomes a little bit more musky. The soapy jasmine comes through, so I get a fresher experience. I don't get a ton of like that solar tone later on in the deep dry down, but for me, I like that, because if something is a little too salty, I don't want it. But this one I really do like. I don't reach for it as often as I should, because I think this is strictly a hot weather fragrance. I would wear this fragrance in like Amalfi or the Maldives or something like that when I want to feel effortless and beautiful, but I'm around a large body of water. I think this will be perfect for that. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have one that I was really enjoying this past summer. This is Escándalo. Escándalo. I was saying Escanando. I don't know what the heck, but this is called Escándalo because it means scandalous, I believe, in Spanish. But this one, if you like Bani, or if Bani interests you, Escándalo, it's gonna take the cake. This is one of the most unique tropical, floral, fruity fragrances that I have in my collection. And the craziest thing is, I can see this working for fall, like early fall. Not where we are today, because it's a little cooler here or whatnot. But like early in fall, August, September, this will work so beautifully for if you're doing your last vacations to hot weather places. Stunning. Like, this one to me, dare I say I like it more than Bani? I don't know, but for me, Escándalo is stunning. It's gorgeous. It is so beautiful, and I really feel like every woman should have Escándalo and or Bani in her collection this upcoming spring, summer, because it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Layer them together. Mind blown. Like, I love love how Escandalo smells. When the fragrance opens up, you get this like limon dulce accord or whatnot. I love the guava that's in this fragrance. It's so juicy and absolutely beautiful. I cannot come up with more adjectives to describe this fragrance. You just have to smell it. It smells so unique, but it smells so good and so inviting, but so tropical and so happy and fresh, but a little sexy at the same time. I love the rose that's in the heart of this fragrance. It really, it just makes my heart smile, and it adds to the femininity of this scent. But I love that creamy musk that's in the base as well, along with that earthier, slightly grounding vetiver. It kind of makes this scent not go too feminine to where a guy can wear it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I can definitely see a woman wearing this for sure. It's the guava and the limon dulce note that really caught my attention in the opening, but the rose with the vetiver and the musk, it works. Like, it works. I love how this fragrance wears on the skin. I love how the scent smells. Like, I love every single thing about Escandalo, and I believe this was a launch from this year. I believe they launched this summer, and I'm just, oh my god, I'm here for it. And Bani layered with Escandalo, I'm telling you, it's a hit. It's a hit. You're getting all the tropical, floral, fruity goodness, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So Escandalo, last fragrance, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, unique, tropical floral fragrance. And last but not least, y'all, I don't know how to pronounce this correctly. Their newest launch, which will be launching, I believe, at the end of November, early December. I'm not sure. I'll have all the information in the description box below, along with the link to Day 3 fragrances. But I believe it's called Aylan, A-Y-L-A-N. It is the newest fragrance to the collection. It is a scent explore. I believe it's a collaboration. I don't want to say it's an exclusive, but it might be. I'm not sure. But it is their vanilla fragrance. They don't have a vanilla fragrance in their catalog, and now they do. They switched up the bottle, and the name of the fragrance is named after Vanessa and Michael's daughter. So it's her middle name. It's a paying homage to her because I believe she's a gourmand lover, a vanilla lover, and they wanted to make something for her that she loved, but also what the world would love as well. So I'm here for it. As soon as that bottle comes in and I test it out, I will definitely let you guys know what my thoughts are on that, because y'all already know I love a good gourmand. That's all I have for you guys today. What did you think about this Day 3 fragrance buying guide? I really hope that you enjoyed it, because I had so much fun making it. I love geeking out on collections and like letting you know what I get from the scents and who I recommend them for. Honestly, like, I think you should just pick up a Day 3 fragrance. And the craziest part is that, I don't know if y'all noticed, I was putting the prices up of each fragrance, but they're pretty reasonable. Like, they're pretty reasonable, and you're supporting an indie niche house, a woman-owned brand, a Latina brand, and I just love that it's a family business. And I love the fact that Michael is so good at what he does with these fragrances. I love the inspirations. I just love everything about this house. And again, this video is not sponsored. They did send me these fragrances, but I'm gonna tell y'all this now. Fragrances don't pay bills, okay? I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, because I do really believe that we all should have like a buying guide for these brands and figure out what fragrances speak to us the most. They do have discovery kits on their site, and I believe you could buy travel sprays as well. So I'm gonna stop talking. I gotta drink some water. Your girl is thirsty. And if you are new to my channel, I do quiz you guys at the end of all of my videos just to see who's been rocking with me into the end or whatnot. And you know what? I'm feeling a little feisty. Go ahead and leave me the palm tree emoji so I know you guys made it until the end. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next one.